So then how was your negotiations to deal with Bellator different? Because I've had Scott Coker in here. I'm not just saying it because, you know, Scott's, I mean, he's been great to me. But you know how it is working with promoters, man. Promoters are, when I say this, the worst.
Oh,
It's so, I mean, you're an elephant and they're the guy with the whip. And it's just once you're fucking old and done, you're out, man. You know,
and a
all
lot
they're
of
trying
it
to do
is like you're trying to talk to him, but like, oh, well, you should finish up the conversation with him. You know what I mean? They're like, they just kind of.
It's the worst because they don't want to deal with it head on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how was you like, with Scott? My experience with Scott, and this is my nod to you too, is you've dealt with Scott before in Strikeforce, and I feel like anyone who has had a history with Scott, and you see kind of this theme here, a lot of guys are signing with Bellator because they know what Scott's about and what he brings to the table. Yeah. So whenever I see a guy who comes from Strikeforce or those days and they know what Scott's about and they become free agents, I'm like, oh, the UFC's a little screwed. It's going to be hard to match what Scott brings to the table.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is.
It's only because I've never had bad issues with Dana either, but I never had bad issues with Scott and Strikeforce, and I left on a good note, and my team like was talking back and forth with the Bellator team, you know, and Scott. And it really just boiled down to, I was going out to England, and I was actually in Manchester for a fight to corner one of my buddies.
And for a Bellator card?
No, for ACB.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And I was in the airport, and I think he called me, and then we're talking, and then he was just pretty straight, like, what do we got to do to make this deal happen, you know? And I talked to him for 20 minutes, if that. And I told him, I was like, you have my word that when it comes over, I'm signing it. And it was done. And
did you have a number in mind? Like how's that conversation go down? Did you throw in some shit, like some random stuff?
No,
like, man, this one might be a little weird. This one might be a little weird.
I need all yellow Skittles.
I need all yellow Skittles at every locker room, all right? And then those ring card girls, I'm going to need them after. And then I'm also going to need, it's going to sting a little bit, Ferrari, California, all right?
Yeah.
Like, how's that go down?
No, man. It was just a simple deal. 6-fight. I signed a 6-fight deal.
And did you talk with your management before? Like, because a lot of times it can be tricky because, you know, if a company wants to deal with me, they call me direct. I'll just, I love this, and man, I'd love this. And they go, well, what do you think it's worth? I'm like, talk to my management, man.
Yeah. Well, see, me and my management already had kind of a figure that we wanted to get to. We weren't there yet. Yeah. We're still below, you know. So one time I talked to him, I was just like, this is it. You know, like you guys keep going back and forth with them, you know, but this is the number I'm at, you know, and if this is good, then
we're good.
You have my word that there's no back and forth, because you also have to know that they don't want to risk throwing an offer and then me running back with that offer to UFC and being like, man. Well,
exactly.
Can you guys, what can you do about this?
This is what these guys are doing.
Exactly. And that whole shenanigan keep going back and forth. Worst. So I told him, you know, and I'm a straight shooter. And that's the thing that I think what fighters that they love about Scott is he's just straightforward.
Well, the other thing is, how about he called you and was like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
What do we got to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like this day and age, you're dealing with... You
don't get that.
What?
Yeah, you don't get that at all.
But how simple is that?
Yeah.
Like, how do these other promotions not realize that? Or any business, if you're the head honcho, you having your assistant call or you having this matchmaker call or this, just do it yourself, especially one of the best welterweights on the planet. Call him. See what's up, man. You don't have to talk exact numbers, granted, if you wanted to, but just call him. See where his head's at.
Yeah.
It goes so much further.
Look, it was anywhere from what? I don't know, like probably like a month of going back and forth, maybe a little bit more, to 20 minutes.
And when it happened, was there any talk that, and I need a title shot right away?
No. It was just, I told him, actually, we were just talking about the contract. Nothing, no
potential matchups or anything like
nothing.
That? So you signed the contract, and the next thing you know, you got the call, hey, Madison Square Garden, biggest pay-per-view of all time for Bellator, and you're fighting Douglas Lima for the welterweight title.
And the funny thing is, like, because I get up there pretty good size on my off time, you know, as far as like size and shit.
You like to eat?
Yeah. So
like, what do you like to eat though?
Oh, dude.
What are we talking?
I don't eat healthy. No, like
Just in camp, you eat healthy?
Yeah.
You look in shape right now, though?
Oh, I'm in camp. You know, I'm in full-blown camp.
Great.
Yeah.
Like, what do you walk around? Like, outside of camp, what do you walk around at? Your boy was like, shh.
But I walk around pretty big.
We get down there, share shirts.
Yeah, your boy doesn't look like he's turned out a Happy Meal either. You know what I'm saying? Me neither, though. It's some big boys up in this room.
No, I get up there pretty good size.
Like what?
You're not supposed to ask me to fire.
Well,
it's like a girl.
No, I'm just saying. It's like, but you're not doing these crazy cuts. Like you're not a guy who misses weight or anything like that.
I think
so.
It's
You're good to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You get heavy. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I get.
But what's your go-to?
I was like,
I love
eating?
food. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So I could talk about this for hours.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Because I'm having a real hard time not leaving this interview after this and going to Susie Cakes, and they have a double dozen sandwich where it's 2 cookies with icing in the middle. And I go, yo, girl, do you mind putting a little more vanilla ice in there? She goes, no problem, Brendan, and squeeze it in there. I have a real hard time not doing that every day.
See,
it's a struggle.
I'm like Del Taco, burger plate, like hole in the wall burger places.
Preach.
Famous Dave's.
Yeah, why not?
I will fucking
barbecue.
Dave's. Yeah.
Fuck's sakes.
That or there's a Chicago, like it's called Chicago Pasta House. There's like Chicago style
This
pizza.
is in Riverside.
It's in Marin, like right by Riverside.
Word. It's like deep dish.
Yeah.
My mouth is salivating, Doug.
Oh yeah, it's like 3 pounds of cheese on there.
I'm not mad at that. I love cheese. I'm like a giant mouse. Love some cheese.
You can only do 2 slices. You do 3. I've done 3, but you hurt. Like it's like.
See, I like that hurt. It's a good hurt.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll throw up.